Hello everyone, this is Jaylee Gray, and in this video I'm going to be talking about some world changes. So recently my Minecraft world got deleted, and now I have to start over. I got corrupted somehow. So in this video, while I'm waiting to upload more content, I'm going to be going over the changes that this world will receive. Start off going over the general changes, and then I'll go on to the specific town changes and city changes. So the first change is the name of the world. The world's no longer going to be called Kepler. It's going to be called Korra now. So that's the country name, and also the land size is increased to 6,000 by 6,000 versus 5,000 by 5,000. I've also raised the barriers on the outer edges, so there should be no way to escape the world. I'll adjust that if I need to. There's going to be an additional town, and the city and town sizes are in general going to be bigger. Now I got my little list here, and I'm going to go through specific changes. Southern towns, Eridar. Eridar will have practically no changes, except that the houses will be slightly bigger so the rooms can have a little bit more room. Other than that, the town's going to be exactly the same. Koltir. Koltir is going to be way bigger. Instead of having 10 houses, a governor's house, or is it 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 plus is the governor's, and 10 if you include the apartments. So 10 houses. I'm gonna double the houses in the center there. Library will be bigger. Watchtowers will have to increase. Other than that, not much to change. Maid's gonna have a poor section now. On the right side of the town, where you used to have those houses, is going to be 5 poor houses, and the other side's going to be 5 houses still. So there's going to be 10 houses, so double the size essentially. On the left side, the tax office is going to be on the left side now. The church is going to be generally in the same place, and the governor's house will be the same. I'm not going to change that. I'm going to look back at old footage that I have and copy it. I thought that was a good size. The markets will also be bigger. There will be 9 stalls instead of 6. Besides that, Maid will be the same. It'll still be beside the dome, except I'll get to it when I talk about the domes. Sacred is going to be bigger, and it's going to have 3 roads instead of 2. And it's going to be a little bit more back. So instead of 150 by 150 for each little plot, it's going to be 180 by 180. And I'm also going to add 2 separate stables to the rich house now, because the rich house actually didn't have room for stables. That's the only reason why I didn't have any. So it's going to have a sort of like a public stables. It's going to be like one side. It's going to be empty horse stalls, and then that'll be it. And then the private stables that Sacred has. There will be double the amount of military guards in Sacred, so I'm going to have an underground area. And the storage sheds will also have a ladder that goes a little underground, so they have a little bit more storage room. The farms will be the same, except they're on bigger plots of land, so there's going to be more of it. Other than that, Sacred is going to be relatively the same. Stratton Toe is the new town, and it's going to be the starting town. It's going to be just south of Sacred on the border of the map. It's going to have like a little river coming from the east and like curving around it, and obviously everything will be different. But it's going to serve as a starting town, so there's going to be 3 different sections plus a unique building, the immigration building is going to be there. because that's the place everyone gets sent to if they're immigrating to the country. So the immigration building, there will be some markets. There'll actually be a trade house for the markets. There's going to be some there's going to be some business, other kinds of business like bathhouses and that kind of thing on one side. On the other side of the trade house, and there's going to be a tax office. What else? There's going to be public stables that you can buy a horse. There's going to be a tutorial showing you how to inside the immigration building. You'll see that all that because that's going to be the first town I work on. I'm trying to think of anything else. There's going to be 2 separate housing sections. The governor's house will be on a hill, and there's going to be one for the fishermen, and there's going to be one for the regular residents that own the businesses. And then there's going to be an inn somewhere in the town where they can stay at. That'll probably be on in between on the same side as the business tax office bathhouse side. So there would be like a little inn specifically for immigrants. So that's gonna be a fun house to show you guys. Next is the Underforge. Underforge will not change. You guys haven't seen it, so Felicia, another one I'm not gonna change. Now in the north, the only one I ever started working on was the skyscrapers, which is Prodigia. So other towns have a fresh start because they never even got built at all. So Prodigia is a skyscraper town. Originally I had it where it was 5 blocks wide for the roads. That was too small. It works fine for a town. I thought it would be enough room for four skyscrapers, but I realized how busy those roads would be if people exchanged skyscrapers. So it's going to be 11 blocks for the road, and the skyscrapers will be bigger as well. Not taller, but bigger around. Hopefully I could fit an elevator if I'm able to do it. Otherwise, I'm just going to make like a spiral staircase. No idea yet. Okay. East. Haven't worked on the east, so no comment there. West. Same thing. Although I'll note that the north and east will still have 3 towns each, and the west will still only have 1 town, no cities. Now in the cities, Cora Capita is going to be the new capital. And that's going to be... And that's going to be the same size. And there's no longer going to be a transportation system, but there will still be aqueducts, so you could still follow along with the aqueducts as they carry the water from one place to another. Soldier Way will be bigger, slightly bigger. So, especially in the rich area. But other than that, it's going to be relatively the same. And the other 2 cities in the north and east, I haven't ever worked on them, so no comment there. The domes, originally I planned on having 10, but I've reduced it to 5. Instead of having every dome be its own little thing, I'm combining domes. So the governor, military, and prison were all going to be separate domes, but put that on one dome because I thought that fit together. Farming's going to be by itself, but the lake will also have a temple. Then there's the recreation area, which will also house a coaster. It didn't make sense to really separate that. And housing will also have like an invention area, which will be the first dome. The housing dome will be way bigger this time. It's the only one that is out of the ground above, right next to Maid. That's the one. So that would be just bigger. That way I can have a little bit more spacing between Maid and Koltir. And Koltir might go pretty far back in terms, because there's nothing going that way. No roads or anything, because there's only one world town. Now there will be other I have 5 other places to announce. There will be 3 dungeons, or dungeons, in quotations, because one's going to be an abandoned shelter, one's going to be a ruined town, and one's going to be an underwater base. The underwater base will be in the east and the lake, and the ruined town will be in the west, to go with a theme of like it being hard to establish outposts and stuff in the west. And then the abandoned shelter will be in the north, so it'll be kind of like a modern shelter that has catacombs and stuff, is what I'm thinking of right now. The King's Palace will also be out in the west, because there's not much in the west as it is. And there will be a secret base in the south. I didn't have any dungeons in the south, although I thought about it, but I was looking at it. I got 7 towns in the south and a city and a secret base. I don't need another dungeon. The secret base will also have a prison for prisoners. And anything in between, I might have some random stuff built in if the map still feels empty, but still, that's quite a bit. The domes will all be underground except for the one that's above ground, kind of. So that won't interfere with the scale of anything. So I don't really know what I'm going to do. I might have some military bases or some random stuff. I have no idea. But I only know as far as the towns. 7 towns in the south, 3 in the north, 3 in the east, and 1 in the west, and 4 cities in total. The reason why I wanted to, before I leave, the reason why I wanted to do this is because I actually I counted up all the beds and stuff, and I was like, when I did Eridar, I'm like, oh, only 20 people living there? You know, that made sense. There's only 9 houses. I think it was 25 if you added the guards, because there's only 5 of them. Then Sacred, I was like surprised at how many people there were, like 70 something. Just because it was of the mansion, really. Maid, I was surprised at how few people there was. There was only like 35 citizens. I'm like, oh wait, that's pretty small. So those 5 houses should add like at least 15 more. Yeah, Felicia and Koltir are pretty good size, and it's making Koltir a little bit bigger, so I can make the library bigger, and I don't know what I'm going to do with all that extra space now, but it's going to be generally the same, and it's going to be a little bit. I still got to finish the desert. I'm over halfway done. I'm going to add all the barriers, and obviously as I'm adding all the barriers and stuff as I go. Once I reach the end, I have to build a little extra desert. Once I'm done with the desert, though, I'll be done with the desert next week. And then I'll start working on the town. And I'll have like a introductory video for you guys. Both in terms of walkthrough and there'll be one video of walkthrough and a commentary before I'm done with the town. The commentary will probably come first and then the walkthrough, so you can see a little bit more completed the next week or something. But and then after I'm done with the town, I'll start doing walkthroughs and commentaries again. I lowered my bit rate, so hopefully that I won't have the stuttering problems and the glitches where it skips over my voice. Hopefully that stops. It won't look as good, but you got the walkthroughs to really look at stuff. Commentaries are just me explaining everything. So hopefully next week I'll start that. I'll start the commentary, and then I'll do the walkthrough the week after. Hopefully I can get that done. But you'll see more content soon, and I'll see you guys later.